Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Online. We have with us a very, very special guest, one we haven't heard from for a while, but he's back. Professor Peter Fury, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a long time.
It has, Peter, it has. So there's lots to talk about. So how have you been?
I've been okay, just working away quietly and just getting on with the job.
Okay. So I think we'll take you back to. We will go back to the fight Huey Fury had against Kubrat Pulev. Not so much the fight itself, but the aftermath of that, and your thoughts from that point moving onwards to where we are now.
What do you want me to say? Really, it's he took the fight with an injury, which he got cut in sparring. We had it repaired about 3 weeks out. Could have been 4 weeks out when he had it stitched. I'm not quite sure. And he went over there and came open after started to come open after the first round, and then Pulev caught him with a solid jab, and it just split open. It split open very wide. So I think the referee after the second, I think he gave the impression he was going to stop it. So the game plans went out the window, and it was one of them. It was a ghastly cut. He was in a lot of pain in the corner with it as well, because Kerry had to really get inside of the cut to stem the blood flow, which he done an amazing job with it. And it caused him a lot of discomfort in the corner. So we couldn't get the skin. It was flapping over the pupil of the eye, so we couldn't raise it up. So unfortunately, he had no vision in one eye, so he had to fight 12 rounds as an injured man, so it's one of them.
So do you take that as in terms of learning more about your son, and I'm sure you know what your son can do, but in a situation like that, is that more of a learning process for him, and that bodes confidence for the future, even though he had one eye, he was able to fight under pressure against a world-class opponent?
Yeah, exactly. As I said, I don't need to give Huey any false praises, I think the public can see what he is. He's a very, very tough, hardy individual. So he's a fighting man, isn't he? So, like I said, he's a 12-round fighter. So even on a very bad day, with all the odds stacked against him, against a world-level operator, he still couldn't do anything with him. So, like I said, I think Pulev is a good fighter, and but like I said, he couldn't really do anything with Huey anyway, so not really. He never hurt Huey, he never bothered him at all. He's one of them, just everything went wrong for him on the night. So it's another learning curve for him, and he's picked up a lot of massive experience with him only being 24.
In terms of Kubrat Pulev, as a trainer, you have an impression of a fighter before you go in and you do your homework. Did Pulev surprise you in any area, or was it just Kubrat Pulev and the injury that was a problem?
Yeah, just fighters don't give me any unexpected surprises. I know what they're going to bring regardless, so there was nothing unexpected. Before the cut opened up, he had it fairly under control, but it was early. You can't really say anything, but he was comfortable, everything was going to plan. And then when the cut opened, everything went a disaster.
So after the fight itself, and you've had time to reflect, is it just a case of it's a cut? It was just a bad call, a bad day at the office, or unfortunate day at the office, and we move on? Or was there things technically you think you could have addressed?
There's a lot of things to be addressed, and we've been addressing them. So, you can see in his last fight, although Nora didn't put up much of a performance, but that's not because of Nora. And everybody thinking, this guy, it's because of Huey, So he's developing quite well, and we'll see it again on just under 2 weeks.
Yes, and now we go on to the fight about Samuel Peter. I was talking to James Ali Bashir about a couple of 3 or 4 days ago, and he said that he saw Samuel Peter down in Las Vegas. He said that Samuel Peter looks in tremendous shape, and he actually was backing against Huey. And I said to him, "Are you sure?" Samuel Peter against Huey Fury. I said, "You sure?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Samuel Peter looks dangerous." What are your thoughts on Samuel Peter, and why did you guys take that fight?
Yeah, he looks a steady fighter. I mean, he's a former world champion, and it's going to be interesting. Yeah, like he said, if he comes in shape, he's a good fighter.
What do you expect Huey to learn from Samuel Peter?
I think every fighter can learn something from every fighter, can't they? So it'll be interesting.
Okay. And what sort of challenge do you think Samuel Peter brings to Huey Fury?
What sort of challenge?
Yes.
Well, he'll show something different. He's an experienced operator, and it's going to be interesting.
Okay. For yourself as a trainer and looking at the development of Huey Fury, how much more do you think you can bring to Huey? I know he's 24 years old, so do you have an idea of where you think you can really see him in maybe 3 or 4 years or 5 years from now?
I'm just it's every fight at a time, I'm not one of these to say anything, let's just get on with it, and we're marching forward. He's going to be busy this year, Huey, and we're looking to get him in good fights, so the better fights we can get him in, the better.
Following Anthony Joshua's defeat, does this open the heavyweight landscape further for you, or do you think it's more of a closed door between Joshua and Wilder? Or are you going to go down the WBA route?
It doesn't really matter to us. I think it's always been the same, We'll see. When opportunities come, we'll take it, We're just going to keep fighting and keep busy until his time comes. He's got age on his side, and we'll just take every day as it goes.
Okay. Let's talk a bit about Savannah Marshall. She's been on a good run, still unbeaten. Clarissa Shields is moving down from middleweight down to light middleweight to fight Ivana Habazan. How do you see that fight?
I don't really know much about her opponent, so I can't really comment on it.
Okay.
She's a good fighter, Clarissa Shields, and no doubt she'll come through it.
How do you see Clarissa Shields in terms of and Savannah Marshall, that fight, and how far do you think a fight like that is, or how close do you think a fight like that is?
Well, I think that fight is probably about a year away.
Okay. So what's your idea of Savannah now? Where do you want Savannah to be in terms of moving towards a world title fight?
I think she'll fight for a world title this year. Hopefully we'll get her a world title this year, I should say. And then once she claims over with a belt, then there can be a unification match sometime next year. Fantastic.
Now let's talk a little bit about the constant talking point at the moment, Anthony Joshua and his fight against Andy Ruiz. What were your thoughts about the fight before Joshua took on Ruiz?
I thought it was a dangerous fight. Andy Ruiz is a very good fighter, so it is a dangerous fight. And you got a guy who's not like he's not over the hill. He's young. He's it was a good fight. So I'm not surprised of the result. I'm surprised how he went about the fight, but I'm not surprised about the result.
Was there anything that you saw within the fight? They talked about him in the dressing room, something may have happened, the way he came to the ring, the chewing of the gum shield, the massage on the neck. Was he concussed coming into the fight, from your opinion, as a boxing trainer?
Well, I can't say because I don't know. I'm not into speculation. I don't know what goes on in their camps. I don't know anything. He certainly didn't look on top of his game coming into the ring. He looked a little bit vacant. So clearly something was bothering him. And like I said, this job, a lot of it is mental more than physical. So whatever their reasons are, they know them. So like I said, he fought the wrong fight. He certainly went about the job all wrong. So what can you say? He paid the price for it. And look, when you're going in to gamble, and you're trading like that to land your shots, you've got to be prepared for the the aftermath, and he got caught himself and he couldn't recover from it.
The rematch, some people are saying, oh, he's ready, he'll go out there and he'll take care of Ruiz and it'll be no problem. And then others are saying, whoa, listen, you need to avoid this rematch and get a new trainer and rebuild. What are your thoughts on it as a trainer?
I wouldn't like to give an opinion on it. I think Robert McCracken's a very good trainer. Look, everybody wants to criticise when things go wrong. The trainers get the blame and the teams get the blame for everything. It's a working relationship. It's ups and downs. So I think he can come back, take stock of it. Robert McCracken's a very shrewd man. He's a clever fellow, so they'll look at it and probably know where he went wrong. And for all you know, Robert McCracken could have given him the right instructions. Maybe he just didn't take it himself. So we just don't know what it is or what's happened. But for me, he should stick to where his loyalties are. And life's about up and downs, not about jumping ship when you get things tough. So stay focused, do the job, and he's got him to where he is, and they just need to sit down together and work it out and go forward and change up his tactics.
Deontay Wilder, his knockout win over Dominic Brazil. Some people have been excited about the knockout performance. Other people said, well, Dominic Brazil was tailor-made for Deontay Wilder, and that's how you deal with a guy who walks straight forward and don't move his head. What are your thoughts on that performance on Deontay Wilder? And is he as good as everyone is talking about to be, or is it a case of he's just not fought the right sort of fighter yet?
I think Wilder's a good fighter. Of course he is. Any champion's a good fighter. So it's and he dealt with Brazil, and Brazil come in. He did present it on a plate for Wilder because he just walked straight in with his head in the air, with his chin up in the air. So Wilder can punch at the best of times. So you can imagine walking forward into Wilder's right hand. Double impact. So no wonder the result ended like it did.
So if a trainer can see this a mile out, can see this happening, can see, you've got to move your head to fight Deontay Wilder. I mean, Brazil came up with a double jab. He did that right, and then walked straight onto a straight right hand. Is that a technical flaw from Brazil and his training camp, or is that just the way it goes?
Supposedly they've got thoughts on it, and they looked at a fight to see vulnerabilities, and he probably thought he could walk Wilder down, and he went about it that way. But obviously, it was a massive error, and it's not a game plan I would have deployed against somebody like Wilder.
Okay, fine enough. Peter, is there anything else that, in terms of people you're training and stuff about the camp, are you bringing any other fighters on? Are you happy with the fighters you've got?
I'm happy with what I've got. I'm dealing with Huey and Savannah, and that's it. I'm not looking to mess with any fighters. I like boxing as a hobby, but that's it. I'm looking to get these two titles on the waist, and that's the goal.
Okay. Peter Fury, as always, thank you so much for talking to BWTM Online.
Thank you very much, and good speaking to you again.
You too. Take care, Peter. See you soon. Bye-bye.